Hello, my name is Ayumi. どうも、Ayumi です。If you want to learn about Japan, you came to the right place. I'm Japanese and I live in Japan. So let's get started. Today I want to talk about why Japanese are good at math. Do you think Japanese are good at math? I know there's this stereotype that like all Asians or Japanese are good at math. I don't think all Japanese are good at math. I'm not good at math at all, and I know so many people who don't like math. But I noticed some differences from my experience and a little research, so that's what I want to talk about today. So there's two reasons. Reason number one, math education. So I've been to Canadian elementary school and Japanese elementary school. Until the third grade, I went to a Canadian elementary school from Monday to Friday, and on Saturday I went to a Japanese school. We call it Hoshuko, which we do like all the week studies in one day. I hated it because it had so many homeworks, but I made lots of friends, so it was good. So I'm going to talk about that today. So I'm going to focus on some little things. So this is not all of it, just little things that I experienced. And we're going to focus on multiplication, how we learn multiplication. So in Japan, from second grade, elementary school, we learn multiplication. And there's this timetable, just like in Canada or US, but we start from 1 times 1, and the end is 9 times 9. And we do it like a rhyme. サザンが6、3、9、12、3、4、12、サザンが9、3、4、12、3、5、15. So I don't remember like exactly the whole thing, so I made a little mistake. But if you ask in Japan, grade 3 or 4 person, the kids will say like automatically, even like 9 times 9, 81. Because it's a rhythm rhyme, and we do it so many times to memorize the whole timetable, and we write it, and the goal is to memorize the whole thing. And I wish I could do that, but I couldn't, because I also had a Canadian school. Well, that's my excuse, but I think there are people who even live in Canada who remembers the whole thing. But anyways, that's how we learn in Japan, and I learned it in my Japanese school. But in my Canadian school, there was a timetable, but we learned it from 1 times 1, same, until 12 times 12. I think for Japanese people, it's very surprising because 9 times 9 is like a one thing. So that's that. We memorize it. And next we go to like 10 times 1, which has the next numbers. So it's really different. And I remember that in Canadian school, we did try to learn it and we studied it, but it was like third grade, and I also had a test 101 with my teacher, but it wasn't like very strict and like do it faster. It was not like that at all. So the teacher will tell me, what's 12 times 3? And I will go like 12 plus 12, 24 plus 36, and the teacher will go, very good. Next one, what's 6 times 6? I will go 6 plus 30. And even if I made it wrong, the teacher will say, try again. 36, yeah. So it wasn't not that strict, and everyone didn't really memorize the whole thing. Maybe the half of it we tried to memorize, but it was like that, and I thought it was very different. So in Japan, we have like a standard, because we all have our own student book, not like in Canada or US, it's like a worksheet, and it depends on the teacher. But in Japan, there's like this standard, and every place you go to a public elementary, it's kind of the same education you can get. And equality is a big thing in Japan. Reason number 2. Math is numbers. So this is just my opinion. I heard of a lot of people say, Japanese people say, if you go to another country like US, Canada, or Australia, Japanese people will be good at math and art. And when I was little, I didn't think of anything. But now I think of it, I notice that it comes from the language. So in Japan, the English education is not that high, and there's not so many opportunity to talk English. So most of the Japanese people, it's changing, but can't really speak English. So if you think of someone who can't speak English and went to another country like the US or Canada, and they do science in English, they do history in English, that's like learning 2 things, English and history, because the language is completely different. But if you think of it, math is numbers. We use the same numbers, we use the same plus, minus, times, and divided by, we use the same thing. And also the alphabet, A, B, C, X, Y, we use all of that. So for someone who doesn't know English at all and learn history, it could be so difficult. But learning math, it's better if you know English, but it's easier, you know the sentence, the formula of the mathematics. And art also. Art, you don't really need to know English. You can draw or make whatever you want, and English doesn't matter. So that's what I thought. And I also did have a feeling that I was good at it. So that was my 2 reasons why Japanese are good at math. Do you think it is? Please let me know. Thank you for watching.